Whoops.
Eskel came by while you were resting. Triss is still unconscious, but stable.
That's a relief.
I've made a decision, Wolf. We abandon Kaer Morhen. There's nothing holding us here.
I see.
We need to bid Leo farewell and wait for Triss to recover.
And the bandits?
Yes, we need to finish things. But first we must make a healing potion for Triss. We'll need to search for ingredients. Nothing useful left here.
I can do that. How do I make the potion?
Lambert will give you the formula. Look for him by the fireplace. He's with our brave sorceress.
Lambert? He doesn't hate Triss?
Feels guilty, I think. The first thing Triss will hear when she wakes is, "Finally awake, Merigold." That's Lambert. Let's get to work. Later I'll teach you how to extract ingredients from monsters. I'll be in the main hall.
Fine.
Alright, welcome back everyone. Now, we just got some new quests. I wanted to really quick talk about meditating though. How do I meditate again? Oh, I can only meditate at fires. Right, we'll talk about that later. I actually forgot to set a time for meditation, so instead of meditating, I just got right back up. But, let's take a look at our new quest log here. A potion for Triss. We need to prepare a potion for her, since she... I think, basically with mages, because she overexerted herself, she's now... Actually, you can actually kill yourself from overexerting yourself with magic. Like, it uses your own life force. I may be wrong about that, though. Anything new in characters? Nope. Locations. Oh, glossary. Let's actually go through the glossary real quick before we move on. Mages. Only rare individuals have the potential to become mages, and many of those with this potential are doomed to madness. Unless the individual in question, also known as a source, learns to control their power quickly, he or she may end up a half-insane, slobbering oracle. That is why schools of sorcery were created, where talented children study for many years, acquiring knowledge and mastering magical skills. Because of their powers, mages age more slowly than ordinary people. They can extract magical energy from the four elements, transport themselves long distances, and heal, as well as kill, in the blink of an eye. They have extensive scientific and political knowledge in the latter respect. Many mages are the equals of rulers. Now, in this world, it kind of seems like magic is not something that humans have naturally. And we will find out later on how magic came into the world and why this is the case. But it takes an exceptional individual, someone who is smart and trained over time, in order for the magic to not kind of overtake them. And that is also why mages who learn to control their power, or sources who learn to control their power and become mages, also tend to have a lot of knowledge and be respected and are practically the equals of rulers. They have to be great individuals in order to tame the ability that they were born with. Let's go on to medicine. For centuries, which we need to use for Triss because she's allergic to magical healing. For centuries, diseases have plagued mankind, yet when Jen Becker subjected the power to his will, people gained a powerful weapon in their fight against disease. I'm not sure what this means. Mages study bacteria and viruses, the ways germs spread, as well as genetics. Interesting. So mages actually use magic to gain an insight into science, basically the way that we would use technology, like microscopes and things of that nature, specifically electron microscopes to view molecular biology. They use magic. Their research is used by medics who set up hospitals and produce increasingly effective medicines. There are also magical potions capable of healing wounds and internal injuries. Many magic users, such as Marty Sodergren or Vicenna, have become healers, traveling the world and using their magic for the good of others. Fantastic. Now then, you know, it's actually interesting to me that that is something that could have happened. I'm going to make sure that I've looted everything down here because we won't be coming back later in the game. In a world where there is magic, which fulfills many of the needs that technology fills in our universe, technology would progress either more slowly or even not progress at all, because the need for technology is what creates invention. And if magic fulfills that need, people will pursue magic instead of inventing technologies. And the best and brightest seem to be mages, not, you know, scientists and inventors. So in a world where magic exists, technology is going to move more slowly or not at all. It makes perfect sense to me. Again, this is all just completely made-up theories of mine, you will learn that I have a lot of opinions and theories, but absolutely no knowledge whatsoever. Such is the essence of my stance in life. Okay, so we actually have heard that there are some straggling bandits around. Notice up here in the right-hand corner. This tells the time. You can also see easily by the position of the sun or moon, and it tells you whether the location is dangerous or not. You can actually only enter combat in a dangerous zone where enemies are nearby. You cannot draw your sword in a peaceful zone when you won't have these claw marks over here. Let's dip out over here first. Oh, you know what? I actually want to go back down and talk to Vesimir again, just in case he has anything different to say. I know that might be a little bit annoying, but I'm going to try and be thorough. And you are rewarded for it. You're rewarded for talking to people multiple times and, you know, at different phases of the game and whatnot.
They'll pay for this.
And that's what I'm rewarded with. They'll pay for this. Thank you, Vesimir. My sentiments exactly. So let us return from whence thou came. Armor exterior. And let's go talk to the rest of our buddies. And we were actually told to talk to Lambert about making the potion.
Geralt, is something wrong?
No time to talk. I need to make a potion for Triss.
You should find a vial of white gull in the armory on the upper floor. Grab some calcium equum from the evening hall. Look for white stones in one of the chests. If you find any stragglers, finish them. We don't need prisoners. The stairs are through that door. I'd go, but Merigold lies unconscious by the fire.
Okay. So let's take a look here. Where's the calcium equum again? Where can I get some alcohol? And Lambert, I have to tell you something. Let's go with this, because I actually know where the calcium equum is and the alcohol. The alcohol, by the way, was the white gull that he mentioned.
Lambert, I have to tell you something.
What is it?
Leo. The bandits killed
They
him.
hadn't heard about him
He
yet.
wasn't ready. What a loss. We'll hunt them down, Wolf. We'll avenge Leo.
I'll find you later.
Okay. By the way, don't worry, your quest log was updated with that information he gave you. So, you need to bring him a mineral from the evening hall on the upper floor, and some alcohol from the armory, also on the upper floor. You must also kill any bandits that I encounter. Anything new for Leo? No, not Leo. Lambert? No. Okay, let me take another look around the bottom floor. So we actually have these murals here.
Defending common folk. Inspiring.
That, I think, is a cockatrice. It's a type of monster. Maybe this is like an old witcher defending the common folk. Let's go look at the other murals, because I think he has something to say about each of them, too.
Seems witches have always been better with a sword than with a paintbrush.
Yeah, this is not very good, is it?
Witcher George, slaying a dragon.
An old famous witcher. George isn't the most epic of names, but who am I to judge? Now here we have a fireplace. It won't let me click on it yet, so I'll have to tell you about what you can do with fireplaces later. There's quite a bit in this game to talk about. I'll just do it as they come up, just like the way the tutorial messages work, actually. This door was closed earlier in this sequence of events. Some more flint. Got some beer. Is that Triss? I didn't notice that Triss was over there. I'm sure we can't talk to her. Some chicken. An old cupboard. Oh, we've got multiple fish things in there. Now, really quick to talk about food. Food actually restores your vitality. And it can be a much more, like, cheap way of regaining life. It's much slower than the swallow potion, obviously, but swallow potion is way more valuable. Oh, hello. Shoot. I forgot my hotkey to take out my sword.
Challenge the Salamandra.
It's Q, by the way. Nice. I got a parry in there. Oh, he parried me, actually. Alright, we're all set there. You can't loot in combat. You have to wait for the red around your screen to disappear. Oh, this area is flooded. We can't go down there. I wonder why. Alright, let's go on up. There should be a way to switch the camera around. But I don't remember what it is. Oh, it's not that. I'll figure it out. Maybe later on when I'm not... Maybe off camera I'll try and figure out some more of the hotkeys. Like switching the camera from... Right now it's... My character's on the left side. You can switch it so the camera's over the other shoulder. And he moves to the right side. Oh. One more. Oh. There we go. So he got knocked down. I can actually do a finisher move on him. I'm gonna switch to the group style for these guys. Oh, there's not enough, huh? Let's go to fast style. Yeah, that's working a lot better. Oh, I missed. Darn it. Let's try this again. We still have Tawny Owl going. And now we can finish him off. Nice. Whacking him. Now, by the way, you may think that move didn't make any sense. Why did I flip my sword upside down? But if you think about it, because just like when you swing a hammer, if you're holding it by the light end and the heavier end is on the other side, you can actually swing the sword, like, basically, you can get more force behind the other end of the sword. I'm not explaining that very well, but there are physics behind it that make sense. Trust me. Trust me. I killed all the bandits. That's it, huh? Alright, let's see here. There we go. There is actually a quick... I was trying to remember how to do this. If you hold control and then click, you automatically loot everything that can be looted. That's really good. Alright, what room is this? We've got a crate over here. Anything that we need? An unknown potion. So, when you find an unknown potion, there's two options that you have here. You can either, one, drink it, and you discover the effects by feeling them for yourself, or you can wait until you discover that type of potion, and then it will be known to you after that. Now, I'm wondering if we actually got the formula for White Gull. We did. It's a hallucinogenic beverage, but it can also be used to create other potions. It serves as a base for complex potions, accommodating up to 5 other ingredients. In order to craft potions, you need an alcohol base. Different types of alcohol have different strengths, but White Gull is the strongest type, and it's actually crafted by witchers specifically for alchemy. White Gull is a mild hallucinogen, which provides pleasure during the long nights witchers spend at their fortresses waiting out the winter. And fortresses is right, there are multiple witcher schools, and then this one that hails from Kaer Morhen is only one of them, that Vesimir is currently the leader of. Now, this actually sounds a lot like absinthe. The witchers make this potion using secret saprophytes growing in the dungeons of Kaer Morhen, but can also be made from commonly available ingredients. Okay. Is that a type of fungi or mushroom? Possibly. Or suent. Got some pigeons in here. Alright, got some flint. Thank you. Some water. Bread. And milk. Chicken. More water. What is over here exactly? Oh, wow. The floor is insanely reflective. So this is actually Triss's room. We don't have a reason to come up here yet, but I figured I might as well loot it. Ooh, some wine. That is a bit of a more valuable alcohol. That's good to sell. Now in this game, your inventory does have a maximum limit, but it's dependent on space, not weight. So once you run out of space here, you can't carry anymore. Alright, we'll go over here next. Looks like this is the library. we have anything we needed to get from the library? Just have some water here. They've got the bars here, like the restricted section in Hogwarts or something. Gotta be careful. A little cabinet. Just some chicken. Nothing important, but useful. Okay, so this looks like an important room. We'll definitely find some things in here. In fact, I think this might even be... Oh, this is the evening hall, so we were supposed to find something in here. Another unknown potion. We have a book on the Frightener, so this is where we find out about the Frightener. Here we have the calcium equum, one of the ingredients required for the potion. Now then, when you find a book, you can read it, and whenever you find a book, I recommend reading this description first, because it is different from what pops up in your journal. But you get a journal entry for every single book that you read, I think, for the most part. But now, we actually have information on our first monster. This is like the most unique and interesting aspect of the Witcher games, I think. Well, and it is that you find information about monsters, and then you use that in your battles against them. So I just find that really interesting. The combat's a lot about planning ahead of time, you know, preparing for battle, and by both first gaining knowledge and then preparing potions and whatnot to be ready for the fight. Frighteners are very rare. They come into being as a result of magical experiments. To create a Frightener, a mage has to possess great power and a basic knowledge of mutation. So they already have a basic understanding of mutation to be able to create this. And yet they also came here to steal... Well, I guess they would have to use the Witcher's mutagens, they would have to have a basic understanding already. The first mage to create a Frightener was the infamous renegade Dagobert Sula, a diligent student of the Zerrikanian Masters of Alchemy, and the supervisor of the Trial of the Grasses, carried out a Kaer Morhen. Really? Upon beholding the abomination he had created, Sula is said to have cried, "What have I done?" He destroyed the monster. His notes, however, survived. Sula, why didn't you destroy your notes? Ugh. And now we also know about these special ingredients. A Frightener's Claw, a Frightener's Eye. We also know about the popular mineral commonly referred to as horse slime. Oh, I just love how there's all this information to learn about the world. It's really exciting. It's like reading an interactive book. I don't know, many of you may not find that interesting, but I do. I've always loved reading, and that's what this game is like to me. It's like stepping into a novel. A novel that, kind of like those old Goosebumps books where you could choose your direction of the story by flipping to different pages, but, you know, more advanced than that. We've got a couple of daggers. Now, the way that these additional weapon slots work, you can only carry weapons here. You cannot carry them in your satchel, obviously, because a satchel is too small. We have a little place to hold a dagger, so I can't actually carry both of these. The Temerian dagger, it can't be used in Witcher combat styles, but it does deal 1 to 6 damage. Now, notice this one here says damage minus 30%. The swords that go in these slots, the damage is dependent on your character's sword ability. So if we go into our hero screen, and we go down to, let's say, steel sword, strong style, this is where you can see my damage. Damage 20 to 30. It also has those two effects, subtraction to enemy armor and a bleeding effect for the strong steel. It's different depending on the different styles. See, for fast steel, it's only damage 6 to 8, but you have a much greater chance of attacking opponents. Now, the damage for group style, 2 to 8, even lower than the fast style. Now, if we, let me see here. Yes, back to the sword. It says damage 30%, so obviously it's 30% less damage on all of your sword fighting style types. And when you use swords in these two slots, they'll always be like that. They'll either be plus or minus a percent of your damage, as well as other effects. The weapons that go in these slots, what is this called again? Let me just drop this really quick so I can see. Short weapon slot and heavy weapon slot. Those will actually not have damage dependent on your fighting style. So they can actually be really useful in the early game when you're not very powerful. For instance, the axe. It causes 40% bleeding, which is really good. And then 5 to 15 damage isn't bad either. Plus we can sell it later, so might as well pick it up. What else do we have here? Another book. An unknown potion, and we have white gall. Fantastic. So now, we gathered all the ingredients, and we should talk to Lambert. Let's actually go ahead and read this book as well. Oh no, not that one. The other one that we have not read yet. Where is it? Did we not pick up a book? Oh, whoops. Ha 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 ha. There we go. Monstrum, or A Betrayal of Witchers, by Anonymous. Indeed, there is nothing more repulsive than these monsters that defy nature and are known by the name of Witcher. As they are the offspring of foul sorcery and witchcraft, they are unscrupulous scoundrels, without conscience and virtue, veritable creatures from hell capable only of taking lives. They have no place amongst decent and honest folk. In this Kaer Morhen, where these villains nest and practice foul rituals, must be wiped off the face of the earth, and all evil traces of it need be treated with salt and saltpeter to complete the deed. Now, this book summarizes basically the view by the masses of witchers, at least at this time period. I think there was once a time where witchers were greatly needed and seen as positive, but times have changed indeed, mostly due to propaganda like that. Due to their otherness, unusual abilities, and magic skills, witchers are treated as outcasts and sometimes even meet with hatred. This hatred was made manifest during the infamous attack on Kaer Morhen, which led to the destruction of the fortress and the death of most of the witchers wintering there. Those who survived are doomed to extinction, since they no longer train successors. Oh, so this witcher school is all but extinct. But why don't we train successors, I wonder? People need witchers, but are simultaneously afraid of them. The itinerant warriors inspire fear because they are mutants and have superhuman powers. A witcher is rarely a welcome guest, and contacts with members of this profession are almost always limited to business. Witchers are invariably attacked during pogroms and pogrom, I think, is like a riot, and social upheavals directed against those who deal in magic. So magic, I think, is also looked down upon in this day and age. Got some training dummies here. Okay, I am satisfied that I've explored everything up here. Let's go talk to folks. Gonna go all the way downstairs. Now notice, you may have noticed how I have these little red blips floating everywhere. That is due to my toxicity level. Just like when you drink a potion, there's something changes in your vision. It's trying to mimic what Geralt is actually seeing. The blood is rushing quickly through his veins, and he's blood rushed. And so that's kind of why, like, you see these red flecks. I didn't explain that well either. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I gotta go all the way around to use the fireplace. Okay. I'm not touching the controller. He's doing this all by himself. Oh, shoot. Jesus. Put your sword away, will ya? Calm down here. Now then, let's talk to Vesimir.
Oh, that was a tough fight.
I found a few intruders upstairs, but
I understand they won't be a problem. Lambert, however, let the Frightener get to him. Nothing serious. Good you went after Triss and handled that mage.
she was able to salvage some equipment, but it looks like the main device has vanished.
Our beautiful sorceress was right, I know. You did well, Wolf. Take this armor and sword. I've been keeping them for you.
Yes. Now then, let's ask him about the other Witchers, because we already know that there was an attack on Kaer Morhen and many of them died.
Are there other Witchers?
There were 3 Witcher schools in all, but it's been long since I've heard word of the other 2. You've met all the Witchers I know of, except for Berengar.
Did I know him?
I don't believe so. An introvert, he chose his own path. Actually, none here can say they know Berengar. He often ran away from Kaer Morhen, though he would always return in the end. After the trial of the grasses, he finally accepted his destiny and started training for real.
Some always run.
Why isn't he here?
I don't know. We lost touch with him a while back.
Alright,
Can I ask you something?
Of course.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do it at the same time. Who is
Who
Leo?
was Leo?
One of hundreds of orphans of the war with Nilfgaard. I apprenticed him 6 years ago.
I'm sorry.
We'll recover our secrets and find Leo's murderers, even if they fled to the end of the world.
So, very often it kind of drops the names of places, people, and locations, nations that we don't actually know a lot about. We've already heard mention of Nilfgaard. There was a war with them. We are not in Nilfgaard now. And there was also mention of Zerrikania, which is another location hopefully we'll find more out about.
Something?
Of course.
You mentioned defending Kaer Morhen before.
Yes. 15 witchers once lived here, training boys for their trials. Only they knew the secrets of mutation. Witchers who set out on the path and failed to assimilate among humans wintered here. Before the battle, 23 witchers and 40 students called Kaer Morhen home. Too damned few for the mob that attacked. I never knew why they came. Some say a sudden explosion of anger born of disdain for witchers. But no. Someone provoked the mob with flyers filled with lies. Special agents read them to the peasants. Truer still, the fanatics could never have taken the fort without the aid of sorcerers, though they outnumbered us by far. They didn't even spare the youngest. I alone survived, concealed among the corpses. Walk around, Wolf. The skeletons remain. You may find a flyer, there used to be hundreds. Memorize it as a warning of the evil humans can perpetrate.
We did find a flyer. That was the Monstrum portrayal of Witchers.
Can I ask you something?
Of course.
Any idea who attacked?
No, but the mage suggests no ordinary bandits. We found pins adorned with salamanders on the dead. The symbol of their organization, perhaps? I sense hard times ahead.
Oh, so we can actually still meditate with him.
We'll speak later.
But that's all I need from you right now, Vesimir. Okay, so we actually got a new quest from him and new journal entry. He has raised many witchers. Okay, he was one of a few to survive the assault on Kaer Morhen. He is well aware of the magnitude of the hatred some people feel for witchers. And now we heard of Berengar, which is the last Witcher character in this game, but we haven't met him yet. In fact, we don't even know his face. He left Kaer Morhen before my arrival. His name is Berengar. Now, what they did in this game is actually really cool. Geralt has a history, he has a past, but he has amnesia, and this is perfect for someone picking up this game. You don't necessarily, unless you've read the books, know anything about Geralt. And so it's fun to be able to then play and shape the character the way you want, as if you're starting over. And in fact, he is starting over, but in a limited fashion. Just like the game gives you dialogue options, but gives you choices, Geralt has a personality that is inherent to him, but much of what he is based off of his memories has been lost. And so you can kind of fill in the gaps with your own just opinions. Let's talk to Eskel here.
Need anything, Wolf?
I have some questions.
What is it?
Whoa, lots of questions. So what do I use for the base for my potion? You use alcohol, but let's ask him something else.
You seem to feel at home here.
Well, I've always preferred an armory to a lab. Though Vesimir plays up the importance of potions, he's hardly an expert. After all, he's always taught swordplay. Still, he tries to teach us everything he learned when he was young, and that was a while back. But to be honest, I don't care for all these powders, mushrooms, and other trash.
Now, this is actually really cool. I'm going to share a bit of information that I happen to know. I don't remember where I learned this, but remember how Vesimir said that there were 3 Witcher schools? Each of the Witcher schools actually specialized in one of the aspects of combat. This school, which if you notice we all have these wolf medallions, you can see here, was the Wolf School. And we specialized in sword combat. That's always been our focus. All of the Witchers that belong to the school mostly use swords in combat. Although you can change Geralt to favor something else later on in the game. Now, the other Witcher schools, of which I only know the name of one, which I won't share yet because we'll find out more about that later. But I guess, I don't know this for sure, but I'm guessing that each of the 3 schools specialized in one of the parts of Witcher combat. There must be a school that focuses on the signs and magic, and there must be a school that focuses on alchemy and potions. That is just my guess. I don't actually have that information from the game. Yeah, couldn't Triss have helped with Leo's
Couldn't
mutation?
Triss have helped with Leo's mutation?
Maybe. It's a little more complicated than that. See, we've never shown her the lab, and the last mutation was completed years ago, before the battle. Vesimir can tell you more.
So, because it takes magic, I think, to perform the mutations. However, it also takes a Witcher with knowledge of them, and we've lost all of those Witchers. Also, they don't seem to fully trust Triss with all of the Witcher's secrets.
You really think Triss never used magic to peek inside?
She
I don't think
respects
she
our
would.
secrets, and she's done a lot for us. For you. I trust her.
Yeah.
So why haven't you shown her the lab?
Triss would like to use our secrets to heal people and such. I've no doubt she'd try, but it's never that simple. Ever heard of the gnome Alfred Nabel?
Eskel, I have amnesia.
An incomparable inventor, like most of his race. Through years of research, he discovered an amazing substance. He intended it for use in mines and quarries. Though a genius, Alfred failed to foresee his invention's possible applications. Others quickly realized that a substance designed to rip granite from the ground could destroy castle walls. Some even considered using it in open battle.
I get it. So what happened to Alfred's discovery?
Mages stopped it from spreading. Alfred committed suicide, and his lab burned down.
Yep, so that's why we want to keep them a secret. They will inevitably be misused for war. And even in our own world, so many technological advances have come from the pursuit of better weapons.
Tell me about the trial of the grasses.
It's a 3-stage process. The first is the choice. Leo completed it, enduring the hard training and diet.
I presume it's more than your basic lettuce and carrots.
Special mushrooms, mosses, and herbs are grown in the lab. Combined with training, they accelerate muscle growth and digestion, improving the body's general condition.
Does everyone pass the first stage?
Unfortunately not. The liver and heart often fail, the mind sometimes too, resulting in excessive aggression.
Interesting. What is
What's
the second stage?
The trial of the grasses. More idiotic tales have been conjured up about that than about princesses and dwarves. Before the raid, the lab contained vials, hearths, formulae, herbs, and the grasses. A mage and his magic were all that was lacking.
Did you ever witness a trial?
Just one, our own. I thought I was going to lose it when your hair turned white. The grasses affect the nervous system, so magic must control the process. The trial results in lightning-fast reflexes, reaction times normal people will never attain. Only 4 out of 10 survive.
And here you're starting to understand a bit about what makes Witchers so special, and that it, just like with a mage being able to control magic, it takes a special individual to be able to survive the horrible things they go through in order to become this powerful. To have these superhuman reflexes and strength and regeneration and whatnot. Even the ability to see in the dark.
Quite a cut. And the last stage?
I don't know the specifics. It involves changes like the mutation of the eyes, the bone marrow, hormones. In exchange, we see in the dark, heal much faster than ordinary folk, and gain increased resistance to poison.
Interesting. What's the cost?
We're infertile.
The changes are irreversible?
Entirely.
So, Witchers cannot have children as a price of the last stage. So you can be a stage 2 Witcher and still procreate. But not at stage 3. That's when you've gone full Witcher. And you get the eyes and the faster regeneration and immunity to sickness, we'll find out later. And we also now know why Geralt has white hair. It was a reaction to the stress of the trial of the grasses. We also know that Eskel here was a classmate, so to speak, of Geralt's, and they both went through the trials at the same time. Alright.
Did you see the magic storm?
Yes, I was out hunting. Just before the storm came, a swarm of nightjars took flight. Hundreds of them. Gray streaks across the sky, trilling wildly. Usually less of them gather, and their cries rarely sound so desperate. When the storm came, I gave up the hunt and headed toward Kaer Morhen. Met the others on the way.
So, the magical storm is actually what was going on in the beginning of the game when Geralt was kind of running and he was hearing voices and he was all in a daze. There was some sort of magical storm, and the Witchers here went to go investigate, and that's where they found Geralt with his amnesia. Alright.
We'll talk later.
Okay. Wanted to move my screen or adjust something there. Oh, she's in pain. Lambert?
What do you need?
Done. I have the ingredients, and it's safe upstairs.
Good. You'll need 2 more things to make the potion. The claw of a mighty beast and some celandine. Vesimir will tell you where to find them. Let me teach you the formula.
Alright, so he just taught us a potion formula. According to Lambert's instructions, the potion for the unconscious sorceress Triss can be made of celandine, a frightener's claw, and a suet mushroom, though calcium equum can replace the latter ingredient, which we have that. Once gathered, these components should be mixed with white gall, which we also have. Notice here it's got these components, however the potion for Triss specifies particular ingredients to use. And what is this? We also got Frightener's Vision. Oh. The potion grants 1 bronze talent when consumed. Well, that's cool. Let's take a look at that. The sorcerers who pioneered the Witcher mutations discovered that mixing rare and powerful ingredients with more common substances resulted in potions that strengthened Witcher's mutations. This potion, made with a Frightener's Eye, transforms and fortifies a Witcher's body when consumed. And so this is the first of the mutagen potions where you can use a special ingredient from a rare monster to gain abilities. It's pretty cool. Some of them unique, actually, to the monster. We learned about celandine. Very nice. Just want to see if there's anything else to read here. No. I think we need to talk to Vesimir again.
Yes?
Lambert gave me the formula.
I take it you already have white gall and calcium equum.
I do. What next?
You'll need celandine. Take what I have. Plus the claw of a monster, like the Frightener. To skin a creature, take a sharp knife and cut along the torso.
I could have figured that.
You'll find the Frightener's carcass in the upper courtyard. Once you've extracted the claw, rest by the fire while making the potion.
Yeah, so you can only craft potions when you're meditating. I'll talk about meditating soon, because we'll be able to come back to the fire here. But let's go ahead, step outside. Notice that the effects of Tawny Owl and Thunderbolt, because they are a long-lasting potion, are still going strong. After all this time. It's been like an hour and a half in game time. Well, like an hour and 20 minutes. Well, in real time, not game time. I want to see if there's anything else. Ooh, there's some remains that I... Oh, that's just the Frightener. You already got that barrel. We get a Frightener's Eye and a Frightener's Claw. Now, the Claw we need for Triss's potion, but the Eye we actually needed for the Frightener's Vision potion. Oh, we actually got a quest right for Berengar. My Kaer Morhen companion and I are not the only remaining Witchers. Apparently, Berengar is also still alive. He stays away from the Brotherhood and wasn't at the fortress when it was attacked. Where was he then? And who is he? If I ever meet him, I'll be certain to ask at least those questions. At least. That's for sure. You're gonna see these quests really rack up, by the way. This game can be confusing as far as like what to do when. It's great. Now the Frightener's Vision, all we require is Vitriol, Rebus, and Quiberth. Notice that there are 5 maximum slots for ingredients. The amount of slots determines the strength of the alcohol required. So something that requires only 2, you can use really weak alcohol. something that requires 3, you need stronger, 4, even stronger still, and 5, I think you need specifically white gall is the only one that gives you 5. Maybe, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe very strong alcohol will give you 5, or that might just give you 4. So, Thunderbolt, this potion requires the strongest of alcohols because of the fact that it requires 5 ingredients. There's nothing out here, right? Bunch of skeletons over there. Is that, am I seeing that right? Are those skeletons? I don't even know. I don't know why they would be. These people just died recently, the bandits. Maybe something more significant happened to them. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back inside. Doesn't seem to be anything to do out here. Now, real quick, see this blue bar going around? That is my experience. So you can see I'm very close to leveling up again. And what's my current level? Character level 1. Okay. So I haven't even leveled up to 2 yet. You just start with 3 bronze talents, I think. Where did everybody else go? Well, let's go to the fireplace and make the potion. Can I not? Oh, there we go. So, in fireplaces, you are able to rest. Meditating will heal you, I think. I'm not entirely sure on that. We'll see. You can select down here how long you want to meditate for. It's also the most efficient way of passing in-game time. And this is where you can craft potions. In fact, it's also the only place that you can apply your talents. You cannot craft potions on the go. You cannot apply new talents on the go. You have to meditate. Which is hence the reason why it's kind of an emphasis on preparation, since you can't just craft the potions you need anytime you want. You have to make them ahead of time. But let us go into alchemy. Now, oh, this is really cool. Another unique thing to The Witcher that I love is alchemy. Now, there are a couple ways to do this. You can, first of all, just click on a formula, and it'll automatically fill in the ingredients you have. Notice here these X's means that we do not have the required ingredients. However, another way to possibly do this is to build it yourself. In fact, one of the things in this game is you can experiment with different ingredients and actually make or discover the formulas for potions on your own through experimentation without finding the formula in-game, which is amazing. That's really cool. I didn't do that my first playthrough because I didn't know that you could do that. But anyway, let's go to white gall, stick that in there. Now you can see we have 5 slots because white gall is the most powerful or strongest alcohol that we can use. And now we can go down here to our ingredients. As you mouse over each one, you will see the attributes. This one has vitriol. This one has rebus. Now notice they have a secondary alchemical ingredient. This is called rubido, and then this is called nigredo. If you can match for all of your ingredients the same secondary substance, meaning nigredo, it will give you an additional effect. We'll talk more about that later because I can't actually do it now. Or actually, yes, yeah, they're different, so we won't see it yet. But let's go ahead and stick in the calcium equum, and then also the celandine. Now, by the way, I could have just clicked on this formula. It would have automatically made it for me. But I prefer to do it myself, both because it's just, I feel like I'm doing it on my own. It's more fun. And because I can select which ingredients. You might have multiple things that provide vitriol, but one of them is more valuable than the other, so you want to use the less valuable one. I don't know the parameters the game uses for putting things in automatically, but I like to have a bit more control with my alchemy. And let's hit mix. We have created the potion. There we go. You have to meditate for at least 1 hour to craft potions. But you can craft as many potions as you want within that hour. It's not 1 hour per potion. Oh, hey, Vesimir. Sneaking up on me, while I'm meditating. Let's see if Vesimir has anything different to say really quick before I leave.
Yeah.
What if I get the ingredients wrong? Where are Lambert and Eskel? I have all the ingredients. Can I have more of that herb?
Can I have more of that herb?
Here.
Yes! That's cool. I actually got some more herb.
Yes?
Oh, he won't give me any more, huh? But that's cool. If I hadn't come over here and asked him, I wouldn't have gotten more of that herb, and that might be rare. A rare resource.
What if I get the ingredients wrong?
You'll have to find more.
Where?
I'll have another claw and more celandine.
It is kind of a
Eskel has
tutorial area.
alcohol, and I saw calcium equum somewhere upstairs. But try to get it right the first time. It's not that hard.
Yeah, it's really not. But it is the tutorial area, so...
We'll speak later.
That is why they do that. Mm-hmm. Da, na, na, na. Do I go that way to go upstairs, or to go this way? Remember. Yeah, it's this way to go upstairs. Okay. The other way is to the lab. That's right. I want to go talk to everybody, but we also need to find Vesimir, meditate, and prepare the potion. I've already done that, though. Well, let's go talk to everybody else, and then we'll come back to Vesimir, because now that something has changed, I've completed another step in the main quest, people might have different things to say. It works that way in a lot of, you know, RPG games, that the main quests progress the world, in a way. So you can kind of check up on people in between each of those main quest steps. Let's scare off the pigeons. Good stuff. Nobody in here? Where was Lambert again? Oh, there he is. Or is that Eskel? Nope, it's Lambert. Lambert, buddy.
What is it, Wolf?
Aha, he does have different things to say. Any thoughts on the
Thoughts
attackers?
on the attackers?
Amateurs. If not for the mage and the frightener, we'd have beaten them blindfolded.
But they had a mage and a frightener. They robbed us and killed Leo.
True, but we'll find them.
Leo said he almost defeated you.
We were sparring when that storm arrived. My medallion jerked so hard I almost fell. The boy saw an opening. He certainly had potential. Then Merigold appeared, shaking, delirious. She insisted we chase the wild hunt. Vesimir agreed. He always had a soft spot for her.
You dislike Triss?
She's too pretentious for my taste.
He has a kind of no-nonsense attitude, and even the way that he speaks, his intonation says to me that he's just always eager to get on with things, you know, to get things done.
Can you tell me about the fighting styles Witchers use?
The art of combat involves 3 traditional sword fighting styles, plus a few variations designed for combating monsters.
Start with the basic styles.
Kaer Morhen is the wolf school. Old Vesimir always made sure we train more as warriors than mages, though we also learned the signs. Witches employ 3 fighting styles. There's Aden Enye, the fiery dancer, which we call the fast style. The Viruleden Nef de Fendlediv, the group style. And the Temerian Devil, the strong style.
And so
Which style do you want to hear about?
Cool, we can get some information on the strong, fast, and group style that I talked about before. I actually have not heard this dialogue. My first playthrough, I didn't bother to talk to these guys before I moved on with the tutorial. I'm going to try and make this 100% playthrough for this time around, since I know enough to try not to miss things. There's a lot you can miss, though, at least with dialogue. Yeah, let's listen to the Fiery Dancer. This is the fast style, I think.
The Fiery Dancer sounds interesting.
The legendary elven swordsman and poet Nisael created it, basing the system of steps and cuts on his observations of wildcats, especially the ocelots that elven rulers used as palace guards. The Fiery Dancer favors speed and agility over strength of blows. Opponents simply don't have the time to strike back. The ideal swordsman is a flame that cannot be hurt and inflicts wounds each time it is touched. Nisael himself wrote that. The style is popular among the elven aristocracy. Which style do you want to hear about?
Tell me about the Viruleden style.
Literally translated, it is the 9-sun sword style. The swordsmen of Viruledo developed it as a method for tackling several opponents through complex slashing sequences. They say masters of this style can fight 9 opponents simultaneously. Which style do you want to hear about?
Temerian Devil's the strong one.
Devil sounds familiar.
Sounds poetic, but there's little or no philosophy involved. Devised by Temerian landsknechts, simple men. It's best against heavy armored opponents. Which style do you want to hear about?
And then...
I think I've heard enough.
All right.
But wasn't there...
Can you tell?
The Autocom...
Yes, this one.
I wouldn't mind hearing about monster fighting techniques.
You noticed we carried 2 swords? That's because some monsters are immune to steel. A normal sword won't cut them.
For instance?
Werewolves, vampires, genies, and other magical beasts. The techniques for fighting with a silver sword derive from traditional swordsmanship, but there are a few essential differences. No parries and ripostes, mainly steps, evasive moves, spins, and other acrobatics.
I'll be in trouble if I don't get my memory back.
You'll be all right, Wolf. Your body will recall all it needs to. Certain things you never forget. Trust your intuition when choosing your fighting style. The Devil's best against Kikimors, Graviers, and Fledders. The Fiery Dancer is absolutely superb against Barghests and Ghouls. And the Viruleten? Anything that attacks in groups, but initially limited to Drowners.
Thanks, Lambert.
No problem, Wolf.
We'll speak later.
So, he said that we carry 2 swords in our backs. This is not currently the case. We all only have 1 sword. By the way, we did get this new studded leather jacket, damage received minus 5%, and a Witcher Steel sword, which has no damage modification. So we no longer have the minus 30% debuff from our, crappy rusted iron sword. So we actually are lacking the other sword that Witchers carry. They carry a steel sword and a silver sword because different beasts, creatures, and yes, even humans, when we have to fight them, require a different type of sword. The idea being that some creatures or monsters are weak or can only be hurt by silver. However, silver as a metal is very soft compared to like steel or iron or other types of man-made metal alloys or, just elements. And because of this, the steel sword is then used specifically for creatures that are either weak to steel, like a lot of beasts, or just in general to keep the silver sword from clashing against metal when fighting with humans and, getting damaged. What's in here? Oh, more calcium equum. Right, they must put that there to make sure that you are able to make the potion again if you messed it up. As easy as it is, you can screw it up. You want to make sure you get through this tutorial okay. So there's Eskel. We'll talk to him in a second. Or yeah, right now, I guess.
How can I help?
We'll talk later.
That's it, huh?
What do I use as the base for my potion?
Alcohol. The better it is, the purer and more powerful your potion.
Tell me about the trial.
Is there anything different here?
I presume special does everyone.
Yeah, I think I've heard enough.
We'll talk later.
Okay, so he doesn't have anything different. And then Leo is out for the count. We've talked to Vesimir. But we need to go back down and talk to him again in order to complete this quest. And so I think I'll do that next. Anything interesting in our inventory that I haven't looked at yet? Right, here's Vision we've read. See, it actually tells you that you've already read a book or scroll. We also have a number of unknown potions. How many? 3 unknown potions. I'll hang on to them for now, but it is tempting to just drink them and see what happens. I might do that later on, but for now, I will refrain. The downside, of course, of drinking the potion to find out what it is that you've now consumed the potion. So you don't have it anymore. You can't actually use it. Oh, Vesimir. Guess what we've done?
Yes?
Where are Lambert and...
Upstairs.
I have all the ingredients.
Good. Now rest and prepare the potion according to the formula.
So it's interesting that I have to go through him to complete the quest. But, I've already done the potion. So... does that now update my, Yeah, see, that's weird. I feel like that's a little, kooky there that happened. I've already made the potion, right? Am I going insane here? Wait, it's not here. Wait, what's going on here? Did it remove the potion from my inventory because I didn't do it the right way? I think it did.
Yes?
Alright, well, here we go. I think when I asked Vesimir for the ingredients to the potion, it took the potion away. Well, now I'll show you how to do this. You can just click here and look, it's automatically filled in. Oh, I know what I did. I'm such a dunce. Okay, so potion for Triss. You don't just need this and this. You also need the special substance, the Monster Claw. Because I did this, I didn't use the Monster Claw. I created one of these unknown potions. Oh. Uh-huh. Sorry about that, folks. Boom. Now I don't get to have the extra celandine and calcium equum. What a bummer. It's funny because I was making fun of the fact that it's supposed to be really easy, but I actually did screw it up, didn't I? Alright. It's fine. I have now made the potion once again. We have meditated. So, yeah, see, here is the potion for Triss. That reminds me then, is this the unknown potion that I made? I wonder if we've made something useful. Let's drink it. Oh! What the heck? Blinding. Holy crap. So I have just basically made some super powerful moonshine that blinded me. Ooh, geez. Yeah, so if you experiment with potion making and you make something that's not an actual recipe, it will have a negative effect instead of a positive one, as you could just see there. So that potion combination of vitriol and whatever the other one is called does not make anything. Lesson learned. Lesson learned. And then, was that the only white gull? Yeah, I feel like it was. See, that's a shame. I wasted resources there, but such is the nature of games. You make mistakes, things are wasted, you don't play perfectly. Let it go. Let it go, a.w.t.y. It's fine. Let's talk to Eskel again, see if anything's changed. Probably not.
Okay.
Yeah, didn't think so.
We'll talk later.
Didn't think so. Time to go up to Triss's room. Right through here. Ah. I have something for you. Potion for Triss.
Thank you, Geralt.
I hope this potion helps.
That was terrible. I dreamt Lambert was with me. He was staring at me, saying things like, "Don't go dying on me, Merigold," calling me big-headed. I'm so glad to see you. What?
I'm glad you're feeling better.
I know we should set out, but I have a feeling we won't be back. Perhaps ever. Won't you stay just a bit longer? With me?
Oh, yeah, we have time. We have time.
We have some time.
I'm so happy you're back. When I saw you, all the feelings I tried to deny returned, stronger than ever.
Triss, I'm not ready to talk about the past.
Of course. I shouldn't pressure you. I just feel so... the powers. I'm behaving like a teenager. Let's focus on the present. I guess I disappointed you all. Forgive me.
Everyone makes mistakes. It's not your fault. It isn't her fault.
Nothing to forgive. What I felt when I learned you were alive, hard to compare to anything.
Didn't know that was going to be a romantic answer.
Except maybe what I feel as I look at you.
I missed you so. Let's see if the best bed in Kaer Morhen can hold us.
Yes. And here you have an introduction to a big part of the Witcher game, is there's a lot of just random fornication going on. It comes out of nowhere. And the the big innuendo here with the pussycat right in that position. Yeah.
Geralt, a pleasure, as always.
As always?
You don't remember anything?
Unfortunately.
Well, you have something to look forward to then.
Oh boy.
No matter. Tell me, how did the battle end?
They broke into the lab, Killed Leo, stole our mutagens, and escaped.
Poor Vesimir. Another protege dead prematurely.
We delayed the funeral until you awoke.
Thank you. As for the mutagens, their loss could prove catastrophic. Let's not lose any more time. Unless there's something you'd like to ask me?
She doesn't seem that put off by Leo. She may actually not have a big relationship with him. I don't think she actually resides here, but she comes and visits the Witchers. Didn't keep Vesimir waiting. She may have even come when getting word that Geralt was recovered, actually. Know anything more about the sorcerer who ransacked the lab?
Know anything more about the sorcerer who ransacked the lab?
He's very powerful. He completely controlled the energy he drew from the circle. We may soon be facing another Vilgefortz.
Who?
No matter.
No, I
I'd
want
like
to
to
hear
teach
about
you.
that. Whoa, what? Oh, she just taught me. That's cool. So I think by selecting... Oh, and you can see her card by doing that. I leveled up. By selecting a dialogue option, I actually got like a potion recipe. Triss Merigold is my friend. With benefits. She saw me die, and my return to the world of the living surprised her. Triss is a sorceress, one of the most influential and talented of her kind. She has numerous powerful friends, and she knows the Caramoran Witchers. She is one of the few people who know the way to the fortress. Oh, it's hidden. I have a feeling Triss likes me a lot. Yeah. Yes. She gave us the cat potion. Cat is said to have been the first potion created specifically for Witchers. The concoction allows Witchers to pursue monsters in their lairs, including dark caverns, ruins, and crypts, because it augments vision to pick up additional wavelengths of light. To prevent blinding, the imbiber's pupils automatically narrow when in bright light. This is possibly the potion most commonly used by Witchers. Very cool. And it's interesting too, Witchers already have very good night vision and can see with just a little bit of light because of their mutated eyes. Now, what this does is also allows us to increase the amount of the electromagnetic spectrum that we can actually take in. So not just the visible light spectrum that us as humans can see, but infrared and ultraviolet light, at least a little bit, becomes visible to us, meaning that we can even see in pitch blackness, which is really cool. Now that something has changed here and we've updated a quest, I'm gonna go talk to everybody again. I know that's annoying, I know, but I should speak with either Triss or Vesimir and then go to Leo's funeral. We'll be back to talk more to Triss because she has things to say. But the fact that it bumped me out of the conversation makes me feel like maybe I should go talk to everybody else again. Where was Lambert again? Was he over here? Yeah, he was in this room. The evening hall. There's Lambert. Also, is there anything in the crate? Oh, there's more calcium equum. Yay! Thank you. I like that. I'm glad I came back for the equum there. Lambert?
What is it, Wolf?
No, he doesn't have anything else to say.
We'll speak later.
Okay. That probably means Eskel doesn't either. Eskel. I just saw his name. There we go.
Have you spoken to Lambert about combat?
This is new.
Yes.
He's quick to use his sword, and has quite a bit to say about it. But that's not always the best tactic. Let me show you some hand-to-hand techniques.
Yeah, alright.
You asked.
Although that... Oh, Jesus. Alright, I remember this. So, you left-click to attack, you right-click to block or dodge. It's pretty simple, but this is fist fighting here. It's a look kind of like a mini game in the Witcher game. Oh shoot! But his other response was funny. Witchers use swords. If anybody tries to punch me, I'll cut their hand off, or something like that. It was some of the dialogue options are pretty witty and enjoyable.
You'll regret that.
Will I? Time for the finisher. Alright, stop the gloating.
Not bad. You seem to be in good shape.
Eskel, you know I need practice.
I should look for opponents to improve my fist-fighting skills, and so we have another quest. The fist fight quest. It's like a little mini-game quest. Eskel and I boxed. I need some training as a fist fighter. I should look for opportunities to improve my skills. So this is a quest line that you usually get a little bit later on, but it seems you can actually start it here in Kaer Morhen. Pretty cool. I think I'll go ahead and... No, wait, I should not talk to Vesimir. If I do, it might progress the quest. Let's go talk to Triss again. Vesimir might have more to say, but then again... Wait a second. Where did I find the white gull? Was it in here? I want to see if there's more white gull. If there is, I want it. No, there's nothing in here. In fact, now I remember, it's actually in this room. All the way back at the beginning. So let's see. Please let there be more white gull. Who's that? Lambert. Because I wasted it. I think I got 2 white gull potions and I wasted one. Like a fool. No, there's no more. Too bad. I think I can make it. I have the recipe for it. Okay, Triss. Get over here. You had some more dialogue options for me.
Geralt, can we go?
No. Can you restore
my memory?
I'd have to examine you. There's a good chance your memory will return on its own.
How much chance?
That's difficult to say. It might help if I knew what caused you to lose your memory.
Well, no time for that now.
Geralt, can we go?
The theft.
The theft. What are its possible consequences?
Most sorcerers and rulers would sell their greedy, power-hungry souls to get the mutagens. Only a master of the arcane arts can use that knowledge. Not many of those left.
What about wealthy merchants, dukes, kings?
Perhaps. Anything's possible, but speculating wastes time. We just don't have enough information.
True.
Geralt, can we go?
You are very impatient. Hang on. But, yeah, we can go.
We shouldn't keep Vesimir waiting.
Come on, then.
It's like the scene in Star Wars where they burn... I'm not gonna... spoilers! Shut it, Audie. If you haven't seen Star Wars, I'm not gonna say anymore.
We don't know where the bandits came from or who's behind them. We'll draw attention if we venture out as a group. By splitting up, we can also cover more territory.
I'll go west. I know a few people there, and I prefer the coastal
Then
climate.
I'll head east to Kedwin, unless someone objects.
Interrupted him.
That's fine. Which way should I go?
South to Temeria. King Foltest owes you a debt of gratitude. Some time ago, you removed a curse from his daughter. You might happen on the bandits' trail there.
The cutscene we saw in the beginning of the game.
You, Triss?
I'll try to use my influence to find the bandits. If I learn anything, I'll contact Geralt.
And so the Witchers part ways.
I'll gather what information I can and find you in Vesimir.
Triss.
Don't, Geralt. I detest goodbyes. I'm liable to cry, and there's nothing more pathetic than a sorceress in tears.
Oh, please.
Don't get killed, Geralt. I don't think I could deal with that again. I'll see you soon.
See you, Triss.
The bandits succeeded in stealing secrets which the Witchers had been guarding for centuries. Their leader, a Zerrikanian mage, proved too powerful even for Triss Merigold. The Witchers set out in search of the stolen secrets, classically to the 4 corners of the world. Geralt of Rivia went south to Vesimir.